guys, and welcome back to the Hot Tea channel where we spill tea left, right, and everywhere in between. This is Tay, not Ray, obviously, just stepping in again, but Ray did ask me to mention to you that she is okay and has just started law school, so she's dying, but not dead, she's just working hard, and I'm just here helping out here and there. But anyways, Nikocado is back, and we're going to talk about it.
Where's the chance? Peasants, have you missed me? Oh, I know you won't miss me, because you have nothing to do in your days!
We spoke a while back about Nikocado and his mental health not being all that great, at least from the outside looking in, and Nikocado ended up taking some time off from posting to YouTube. It was speculated that there was something more serious going on because it was very out of character for Nikocado to not post constantly, even when seemingly not doing so well. So it was a concern as it pointed to there being something rather serious going on. Nikocado's partner Orlin also allegedly spoke out about it, but it was widely speculated that the Instagram account he was posting on was a fake. Then there was the random dentist clip, if you guys remember that. Anyways, Nikocado is back and has been uploading over the past couple of weeks, but not to the same frequency he once maintained.
Actually likes me! Nobody actually likes me! Nobody actually likes me! Nobody actually likes me! Jeepers! Fiddlesticks!
His recent upload titled We Broke Up, Nikocado intros the video with yelling and stomping around his apartment.
I'm having a breakdown. I hate everybody! I hate all of you!
Imagine being his neighbor.
I'm in this spiral right now, this downward spiral where my husband doesn't like me, my viewers don't like me, my friends don't like me, nobody likes me. What is the point?
We've mentioned a few times when speaking about Nikocado the link between nutrition and mental health, but it is always difficult to tell if Nikocado is being authentic when he has these sit-down talks with us. Because to be quite frank, we have heard it so many times at this point, it's hard to know what's real and what's for the views. And downward spiral is a great way to phrase it because it's like he says that the viewers are only watching because they want to see him go through all of this, but he also just feeds into that, and I hate to say it, fakes these sessions of peril when possibly it's just a play for the camera.
Because truthfully, all of my problems are because of you people. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
This is a subject that I find personally fascinating because it really ties in a lot with what we talk about here on this channel. Is the content controlled by the creator or the audience? We've covered Eugene Yukuni before, and I think that this is a similar example of how dangerous these situations can be. Not to lump all creators into one category here, but when certain types of videos get a lot of views, it's not uncommon for the creator to lean into that and do more of that type of content. So Nikocado films enormous mukbangs while crying, gets millions of views, does it again, rinse and repeat. You can even take this up to David Dobrik. David films silly stunts, lots of views. The next time, the stunt is a little bit more extreme, more views. Next stunt, even more extreme, then it becomes a problem.
No one believes you. You're such a Pinocchio, boy who cries wolf. I could be crying for help. I could be on my last limb. I could be on my last hair. I could be this close to breaking, to snapping. No one would believe me.
And that truly is a problem, and the only word I can think to describe this situation is sad. What he's saying is true. If he was close to snapping, a lot of people would not believe that was the case. And this is because of the plethora of times people have seen this from Nikocado. So what's the solution? A break from YouTube? Well, a counter to that is that this is his job. And some might say, well, get a real job. And that certainly is something to consider as a point against that. But I'm thinking that it might not just be as easy as that for someone like Nikocado. And we do have to factor in that there is a physical element revolving around possible restrictions with what he can do and cannot do now. Again, the vicious cycle.
I get nothing from these people here on the internet that just beg me to get fatter and fatter. Beg me to eat and eat and eat. Beg me. No one cares about me at all.
Obviously, I haven't read every single comment that he has received on his videos, and I'm also not reading his DMs or private messages from people that watch him, but from this side, I'm not seeing where people are truly wanting him to do this to himself. At least, I'm not seeing people beg, even in so many words. I don't even really see anyone asking him to do this, but I am wondering if that is Nick's sort of roundabout way of mentioning that the views are high on those types of videos. But I did have a flick through the comments on this specific video, and there's a lot of support for Nick. Just a handful of comments read, "Many of us really do care for you. We value you. We want to see you healthy. We don't want to see you do this to yourself anymore. Don't give up on yourself. We love you. It all starts with you. Try to make a change for yourself. Everything positive will follow. Hope you feel better soon. Hope you have the help and care you need very soon. We all do at certain points. You deserve a better life. I don't watch to see you eat. I just love the person you are. So please stop saying no one cares. It's not true. Nick, understand that you've worked on this channel more than you do on your own mental, emotional, and physical health. You can still do this and still fix your spiral. Just get the help you need. Hopefully you see this. I actually really like you. I like your personality, your creativity, your humor, your realness. I really enjoy watching you, not because of the food. I would watch you without that. And there are many, many more with that same sentiment. Again, I'm not discrediting the possibility that there are people who are egging him on to do this to himself. I am pointing out, though, that there are seemingly a lot of people there that support Nick for who he is and would remain fans and viewers even if he attempted a content shift. I still wonder if everything that Nikocado does here is a social experiment. Watching the interactions between Orlin and Nick are really uncomfortable. Really, it's the only way I can explain this. Because a couple of things could be possible here, right? They could be speaking to each other the way that they do for the camera and it's all an act, or it's real and they really have some deep problems. But honestly, either way, it's just not all that nice.
You're so bad.
Look who's talking.
Doesn't matter. I'm a professional mukbanger. You have no excuse. Come closer.
Just being with you makes me fat by osmosis.
Maybe I just stay being tricked by Nikocado and I'm gullible and naive, whatever. This is sad. Even if this is a joke, maybe that's worse, I don't know.
Calories? Are you gonna be under your calories?
Let's eat for them. And just be quiet. I don't want to hear your squeaky, dumb voice.
I wanna
Stop talking. Eat! You eat! You eat!
Maybe off camera, they're really nice to each other though.
You have a moon face now.
No, honey. You have a potato face.
And you look like Thomas the Train Engine.
Let's face it, these jokes are better than anything we've heard at any Deaf Noodles roast up to this point. But Nikocado added to the description of this video saying, "We broke up. That's why I quit YouTube. I can't handle it. Thanks." And a pinned comment with another video teasing an explanation as to why the couple has allegedly split.
I got in big trouble, by the way, for making Orlin not being vegan when I shoved the chicken in his face. And so he's trying to be vegan again. I know I shoved the chicken in his face. I got in big trouble for that. So he identifies as vegan until he binges again. You never know.
In the majority of that video, to be honest, Nikocado seems in much better spirits. And I'm not sure if it's related, but he and Orlin just got sandwiches to mukbang and not an array of fast food.
We should have had our wedding at Walmart. That would have been so iconic.
This is so healthy. I can't. Oh my god.
Extra healthy. So here's the...
I'm not even speaking.
We have mentioned before that Nikocado seems to just thoroughly enjoy eating healthier foods. There was a video we covered a while back where his body literally seemed to reject the fast food and he craved grapes. Now during this video, he's almost silent while eating a sandwich with vegetables. So much as he, of course, eats the way that he does and cries about it for the views, I think truthfully, he actually is depressed with all of this deep down. But long story short, Orlin and Nikocado seem... fine. Like, obviously not fine, but they seem fine. And just because some of the discussion involving Nikocado Avocado can be triggering, if you or someone you care about is struggling with an ED, we'll put some helpful links in the description. Let's move on to the talk of the town, Trisha Paytas and her baby, who's still on the way. The internet basically exploded this week with the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, and many people, including us, were speculating that Trisha Paytas was in labour at the same time. So of course, besides the flood of jokes about the Queen, there also came the jokes about Trisha's baby being the Queen reincarnated. Trisha went quiet after tweeting that she was 1 centimeter dilated, so it led people to believe that she might have gone into labour, as it isn't like her to stay so quiet. But just as a little side note, 1 centimeter dilation doesn't always mean that labour is coming right away. Sometimes you can remain 1 centimeter dilated for some time. Anyways, Trisha finally broke her silence and tweeted, "I feel like I'm disappointing the internet right now, but I'm still very much pregnant." She also posted to her Instagram saying, "Well, this is awkward. I have to announce that I'm still very much pregnant and have not given birth. I almost felt sad yesterday to tell people this. The internet is a weird place. I don't know how any of those rumors started or why. Sorry to the royal family and my baby. Felt weird to say anything at all, but so many people in real life that we know had been texting and calling about this, including my dad, who felt out of the loop as if I wouldn't text him when I was going into labor. Still don't know what to say, other than I'm still pregnant. And when I do give birth, we will announce it. Condolences to the royal family. It's very disheartening to hear of the Queen's passing. For people genuinely excited for us, can we keep that same energy for the next week? It was very kind and nice to hear, but will be even more fun when the baby is here with us. This also came with a YouTube upload.
Starting off this video, I want to say that I am still very pregnant, right off the bat. It's 09/09, September 9th. I'm still very pregnant. Yeah.
Trisha explains that she was sleeping all day yesterday, but what's more, she doesn't really know how to respond to all of this, and she feels like the quote, troll of the internet got trolled, but she didn't do anything. Even though she says that she understands that her career has been made off of people talking about her, this time around, she's kind of not loving it.
This is one of those times where like you really just wish you could take back everything in the past and just wish you could hide and just be like private.
Trisha says that the jokes about the baby weren't her favourite, which is understandable, but that wasn't really the biggest deal. It was more that her actual friends were saying congratulations.
And it was just like kind of like heartbreaking to have to be like, we haven't had the baby yet, and just hearing all those like pre-congratulations like early, like it's just kind of like, I don't know, it just felt kind of weird, and I kind of felt sad telling people like, I'm sorry, I'm still pregnant, like I don't know what to say.
She also says that she isn't loving being tied to a day that was kind of tragic, which I'm sure she's talking about the Queen passing away. And honestly, regardless of any political opinions or anything like that, which we're going to keep out of this video for now, the Queen was 96. I'm sorry, but that's not exactly a tragic thing, is it? That's an old-ass age. That's a long-ass life. I just don't think that that can qualify as tragic. Anyways, Trisha has mentioned that she has a bunch of pre-recorded content for while she's in labor, and it almost seems like she was possibly about to be done posting anything new for a while. But she felt that she really had to talk about this and not just post another cooking video, which yeah, fair enough, people would have probably been a bit confused or frustrated by that.
Like I said, I just didn't have anything to really say yesterday because no matter what I say in situations like when this happens, it's like it always just comes across as like I'm making it about myself, and I didn't want that. I didn't want that yesterday. I didn't want that for, you know, just all of it. It just was.
Okay, hear me out. I have a theory here. Don't you think the quickest, easiest, and most straightforward thing to do about this would have been to simply tweet "not in labor"? I can wrap my head around her not wanting to disrespect the royal family, as she says, but I think letting it drag on was probably worse off than just immediately addressing it and setting the record straight. But subsequently, her silence was what made people think that she was really in labor, so the jokes kept coming. She says herself that there is nothing she can say without people thinking that she was trying to make it all about herself, but that's just kind of funny in this instance, right? Because this actually was about Trisha, and she stayed quiet, which made more people speculate about it, when usually she speaks about things fine, when they might not have anything to do with her.
Like, oh, I'm gonna announce 1 centimeter, and people are gonna think, oh, she's like in labor. So I just, yeah, that was how that all went down. And I guess that tweet tied in with that. I don't know. I don't get the correlation. I don't get the tie-in.
Again, it really wasn't that tweet that triggered everything. It was that tweet and then the silence from her. We even mentioned on our Instagram, which run, don't walk, go follow so you can get all the tea as soon as it happens, the silence across all of her socials that was really out of character for her. But in case you were wondering, Trisha sets the record straight here.
I haven't had my baby. The Queen is not reincarnated as my baby.
Well, now we know that that is debunked. Trisha makes a really good point.
It's also my baby, so I was feeling some type of protection too. I was like, can we not put my baby as the joke? She's just trying to be born and trying to finish growing in there, so.
And I totally agree there, and I think the majority of the internet does as well. When it comes to Trisha, jokes are good and call her out and say whatever, but when it comes to the baby, that's off limits, to be quite frank. And I think another thing to mention here, again, just to play devil's advocate, possibly the reason that Trisha remained silent while all of this was going on could have been due to her being upset that Twitter was making so many jokes about the Queen being the baby reincarnated. Maybe Trisha just needed a day to be alone and not post, and maybe she was taking that all really hard. Hate her or not, That could be possible, and hit her or not, people have the right to just be quiet when they want to be. But still, she could have avoided it all by just saying, I'm not in labour. But that's actually going to be it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Before you leave this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, literally go right now and follow the Hot Tea channel Instagram because we're keeping you updated as the tea happens. Ray will be back soon. See you in the next one. For now, I bleach.